Hey, shalom, shalom, mishpocha. Welcome to another edition of Ray Bash's Ramblings. I'm your host, Rabbi Yehuda Ben Shomer. I would like to talk briefly about one of the biggest main differences between modern-day Christianity and historical Judaism, and that is of the fact that Christianity tends to be a very futuristic, prophetically visioned religion. You know, they talk about Messiah's kingdom on earth and Messiah returning and the book of Daniel, the book of Revelation, and everything that is talked about, discussed, and lived for is this future utopia. Even missions and evangelism is geared towards this end. Of course, we don't want anybody to end up in the lake of fire, and we don't want anybody to end up not saved or, on the wrong side during the Battle of Armageddon, etc., etc., etc. Not saying that these things are not important in Judaism. It's just that it is not the main focus and is not a prime motivating factor for the Jewish life that rides as an undercurrent through the faith. Quite the contrary. Judaism is very much of a religion dealing with the here and now. Prophecy will tend to itself. Prophecy will take care of itself. It is not that drastically important that we fully grasp and understand the prophetic nature of future events, for the simple fact we resign ourselves to the fact that we will not fully understand it until we see it in retrospect. Other than that, we can make educated guesses, but out of fear of our educated guesses being wrong and leading other people astray, we don't focus so much on the prophetic. The prophetic, I find, can be what some people would think is a justifiable distraction for the here and now, because the future is so important, right? The end of all things is so important, and we've got to get people to accept, what the future is going to be, so we can bring them to an acceptable end when that time comes. And such a view distracts from the here and now. The here and now is what is important. As I said, I'm not saying that prophecy is not important. I'm just saying that it'll tend to itself. And the more we live in the here and now, the more we understand who we are right here, right now, the better we will be able to comprehend and grasp prophecy, and the greater the chances will be that things will be illuminated as things get closer to the end, and we might be able to catch a better glimpse prior to our retrospective view of what will happen. Why is here and now so important? Because we are not promised tomorrow. Because we are not promised what's ahead. The only thing that we're promised, the only thing that we are sure of, is the here and now. Yes, the end is important, but what is more important is what we do until we reach the end. The here and now, what we're doing right here and right now, forges and shapes how the end is going to be. So it is very important, because we're only promised here and now, that we walk in the footsteps of Yeshua our Messiah by walking and following the Torah, that we look to our family and help our family, that we look beyond our family and look at our neighbors, whether they be Christian, Jew, or Muslim, believer, unbeliever, Hindu, what have you, just as, kind of like the Good Samaritan. He reached out to somebody that was not of his own race or even completely of his own faith. So we are concerned with the here and now. There are many problems that are in the here and now that are more important than prophecy, than what is to come. Our main job as believing Jews is Tikkun Olam. The teachings of Tikkun Olam is to fix or to repair. To fix or repair the world that is in such a disastrous shape because of us, because of our fallen nature, because of the fall. Not saying that by fixing the world we can earn merits for the life to come, that we can earn brownie points with God. It's just that it's our responsibility. We mess things up. We've got to fix things ourselves. Not saying that we can do it on our own. We do it, of course, with God's help and with the help of God. But that is why the here and now is so important, because we need to fix what is wrong, to do our best to repair the damage that we have caused through God's help. What am I talking about? Hey, I'm talking about rescuing those that are hurting in physical, mental, spiritual, and emotional despair, people that are hungry, people that are without homes and without clothes, people that are without food, people that are in desperate situations, people that are in abusive situations, human suffering, people that are hurting, people that are dying, people that need to know the knowledge of Torah, need to know the knowledge of Yeshua Messiah, need to know that these two things coupled together can change their life, can make their life better, can improve their life, can fix what's wrong in their life, can rescue them, can save them. That is why here and now is so important. When we focus on the future and just talk about prophecy and talk about the future, we let the most important things of the here and now go by the wayside, and that is helping hurting people. And fixing and repairing what's wrong. The fixing and repairing the Tikkun Olam begins with ourselves. And it's a constant process that will never end until we're 6 feet under, until Messiah returns, whichever comes first. And then while we're constantly working on ourselves, we look towards, we take a altruistic, unselfish view and look at everybody around us. And realizing that as we help people, and when we are helping people, we are in essence helping ourselves. We are serving ourselves in the Tikkun Olam of our own being when we reach out and help others. Selflessness is the key, not selfishness. We need to, yes, be concerned with ourselves, take personal inventory, but not let that take precedence of reaching out to others and helping others. When we reach and help others, things that deal with us and things that are wrong with us will slowly start to take care of themselves. And just as prophecy tends to itself, if we tend to others, our needs will automatically be taken care of in the process. We'll be surprised when we look back at how much has been accomplished when we focus our energies and our callings with helping other people, whether it be physically helping, whether it be educating, what have you. So I just wanted to make this short video and tell you why we as Jews, as believing Jews, do not focus so much on prophecy so much as the right here and the right now. And we see that's a big difference, because a lot of Christianity is very prophecy driven, very end of time, the world to come focused. Yes, these things are important, but they don't take precedence over the here and now and over the dying and the hurting of the here and now, because we can change, we can affect the here and now. We can't necessarily change or affect the future. But as we affect and change the here and now and the people that are within the here and now, ultimately we will change for the good, for the positive, the future that is to come, that we can't fully understand or fully see or fully reach yet, but most likely everything will be clear in retrospect. So shalom and Shavua Tov.